I'm in the parking lot of Kane Mountain. This is a fire tower. This is part of the New York State Fire Tower Challenge. This is a really crappy day. I chose to come up here on it's not like cold, but it's definitely cool. It's in the probably around the mid-30s, but it's rain, and not like a downpour, but the forecast shows pretty much a steady drizzling rain the whole time. So we'll deal with it. It's only 1.2 miles. It's a loop that you do, which is kind of cool. I've heard that the fire tower on this mountain is one of the taller ones. I think maybe around 70 feet, which is pretty tall for a fire tower. So we'll check it out. I guess there's no time like the present. I was always hoping to be on the trail about 8 o'clock, and it's 8 o'clock, so it's time to beat feet. So here we go. Well, it's December 3rd here in the Adirondack Park. We've gotten some snow, obviously on higher elevations, but it's gonna be a wet one for sure. So I expect this for probably the majority of the trip. Well, there's the fire tower. It's a pretty short hike. It didn't take very long to get up here, but without saying for sure, it looks to be about average for height for fire towers. Maybe it's a different one I'm thinking of. But anyway, let's get up and get at the top of it and see if there's anything to look at. Alright, here we go. Rocks are a little bit slick, and of course, of all the things not to pack, I didn't pack my micro spikes. You're not really supposed to wear them walking up these fire towers anyway, just to kind of preserve all the work that they do to maintain them. And if you can see the treads on these, you can see a lot of people do, but I think for the most part, people who come out to the Adirondacks and do the fire towers and the high peaks, I'd say for the most part, people do a pretty good job of respecting things. Let's see, 3 more levels. You probably can't see it, but boy, a nice day, quite a view. There's definitely some wind up here. See the caretakers camp down below. Nice view of the lake. That's about it. I'm going to try to do a couple more towers today, despite this awful weather, so I'm not going to hang around. I'll catch up to you in a little bit. This is kind of cool. Little rock formation here. 2 big old guys are kind of out of place. Certainly, they're kind of neat. Okay, moving on. Okay, well, there's my truck. And that's Kane Fire Tower. Another one down. I was hoping for a little break in the weather, but it didn't happen. We'll see. Maybe later on in the day it'll break some. Till then. Okay, stop number 2 for today. in Spruce Mountain. It's about 1.3 miles to the fire tower. I think it's around 10 o'clock or so, maybe a little later. So I'm expecting that maybe about an hour there and back at the most. And then maybe we'll hit one more before we head back tonight. So off we go. You know, I'm always amazed. You're walking along in the woods here, hiking away, and the stuff that you come across sometimes. Like this stone wall really goes on for quite a stretch. I could only assume it was to keep, I don't know, I guess cattle in. Anyway, it's really kind of, I don't know, I see it as kind of like a work of art. I love these stone walls. This is really amazing. All those hours put in for a purpose up here, just kind of forgotten by time, and I'm glad I got a chance to see these things. This is the kind of stuff that makes hiking anywhere, especially in the Adirondacks, kind of extra special. So it's pretty cool. I like that. It's really cool how you are hiking up these mountains, even these small ones with these fire towers. Especially on a day like this when it's rainy and cloudy and suddenly that tower just kind of comes right out from behind the mist and the fog and the clouds. It's pretty cool. You know, I think that one might be, that one looks like it's a little taller than normal. I don't, looks like it's definitely taller than the one I was just on. I didn't think to count the levels, but well, let's go check it out. They always find a nice little outcropping of rock to anchor these towers to. It's a little warmer than it was this morning. It's about 40 degrees, I think, when I left. It's probably a little cooler up here, but it's not too bad. But the rain is less, so that's obviously pretty helpful. I did bring a couple of extra outer layers. All right, let's see what we have here. Three. Ooh. This tower, a little shaky. Wow. Oh wow, still. Yeah, I think this is definitely taller than the normal ones. I mean, obviously the growth up here is higher than a lot of mountains, so you gotta get up higher than that. I think I'm gonna feel this tower move when I get up here a little higher. This wind is blowing. I don't know if you can see mist in the fog and rain kind of sweeping by. see. But yeah, this is definitely higher than the other ones. I've been up a lot of them. There's a few of them that are a little bit taller, but boy, I think this might be the tallest one I've been on. And it's swaying in the wind. Ooh. Definitely feel it. It's definitely more comfortable out of this wind, so alright, we'll pick up later. What it's like up there. I'm going to see through that plexiglass up in the shelter area. Big difference being underneath the tree line here. There's really hardly any wind to speak of anymore. Get above that tree line and it picks up quick. So that was like 1.3 miles from the parking lot. This one isn't a loop, it's a point to point. Big tower. Now this area here, they're doing some timber harvesting. So you can see there's evidence of a lot of heavy equipment going through, cutting logs. All right, well, I'm heading down. See if I have time for maybe one more today, unless I lose light first. I actually got my micro spikes out of my hiking closet this morning, and then neglected to put them in my truck. When I got ready to do my first fire tower, I was pretty concerned that I was up for a real challenge on getting up to the tops of these, but fortunately for me, it hasn't really too much ice at the top of the water. As you can see, it's still flowing pretty good. It won't be long. I mean, you know, you get into the high peaks, obviously, like White Base and Marcy and Algonquin. They've had snow on them for a long time. You can see here there's obviously been some heavy equipment doing some logging through here. I've got it all marked off. But you know, the trail's obviously it's in some pretty good shape. There's some erosion like there is on every Adirondack trail. The other thing about this time of year, if you really want to keep your head up, be looking for your markers, your trail markers. Several times today, I've had my head down looking for my football, stepped off the trail, because it's just so hard to distinguish where the trail is when it gets full of leaves. But for as wet as it is right now, this trail's in really good shape. You know, I saw a couple of these signs on the way in, and I know this is a place where they're cutting wood. I'm curious to see what this says. Oh, all right. Nature preserve boundary. Nothing exciting. Beautiful tree though. can hear that water. It was at the beginning of the hike, so we're gonna be popping out here really soon, I'm sure. Yeah. Sooner than I thought, there's a register. Oh, there's the parking lot. I see my truck. It's nice to end the hike on a nice feature like this. Good place for your dog to get a drink and cool off if you like to bring your dogs hiking with you. Alright, there it is, Spruce Mountain, 1.3 miles. I think All Trails lists it a little further than that. I have to double check, but that was a quick hike there and out. Okay, well, see ya. Maybe we have time for one more before we head out for the day. Alright, well, I just came off Spruce. I'm gonna head to Hadley now. I was hoping to get off Spruce by noon. It's about 11:40, so I'm a little ahead of schedule. So I'm thinking that probably by the time I get to Hadley, I hope to be hitting the trail no later than I would say at least 12:15 at the latest. So we'll see how we do. Well, this is the final road into Hadley. It's a little more than a mile. This guy's way out there in the middle of nowhere. All Trails says this one is 3.2 point to point. With a little bit of luck, it'll be like our last one. It'll be like Spruce, and it'll be a little shorter than that. Hopefully this rain will not pick up in the next couple hours. It'd be nice. Sugar shack over there. It's kind of cool. we go. Hadley Fire Tower. Look over here. I don't know if you can see it behind me, but it says 1.8 to the tower. So about 2.5 or so miles. Actually, that's not right. 3.5 almost. Round trip. So I'm bound to meet somebody. There's a Volkswagen in the parking lot with me. So we'll see. I'm sure this would be a great overlook spot. One of the first clearings up here where you could see down below, but it's just one of those days. Still nice though. Still very nice. Trail's getting a little more icy, a little icier. I don't know if I would have needed my micro spikes or not. It would be kind of nice to have them. Just for some of these sections where there's bare rock. And I still probably have, I'm guessing maybe a mile to go, maybe not quite. So it's bound to get a little icier before it's over with. Kind of a cool building. It was the steward's cabin. This is the steward's cabin that I would imagine really close to the tower. Wish I could see in one of those windows. I'm guessing probably a woodshed. Pretty cool. Okay, no thanks. Guess I probably ought to do a little research and see what this was used for. I'd like to say maybe a root cellar, but my God, I'd probably be terribly mistaken. Not going in there to find out though. Alright, there it is. Hadley Fire Tower. head down, you got crossbars at every level and are pretty low. Anywhere near 6 feet tall. No crouching. Here comes the wind again. This one's got a ladder, not stairs. Oh. The latch, or the hatch latch is in, that's kind of good. All right. Sign in, say something nice. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a writing utensil anywhere. Oh, that's too bad. Of course, not everybody's writing something nice. Well, anyway. It's a neat idea. I've seen it in lean-tos a lot. Or to have a journal there and sign in the journal and tell a little bit about your trip. Can't tell. Is that a US quarter? Yeah, it's a US quarter. All right, good stuff. Heading down. This one isn't rocking like the last one was. These guide wires supposed to be doing their job. Sorry about that. Truck. That was fun. So we got 3 fire towers today. Kane, Spruce, and Hadley. I've seen better days in the Adirondacks, but it was worth the trip. It was a lot of fun. So I'll be back again soon, taking out more of these fire towers. I'll check in when I get back down. Hi, Eddie. Well, I think I timed that just about right. The rain's starting to pick up. We're back. All right, once again, that was Kane, Spruce, and Hadley fire towers in the New York State Fire Tower Challenge. I'm going to keep working on it. I got a lot of them done, but I got a few more to do. So until then, good stuff.